I'm Lisa.
And I'm Ernesto.
And we're here to give you some information on performance feedback.
Take it away, Ernesto. Thank you, Ernesto. Performance feedback provides information that allows a person to change his or her behavior. It is a fantastic tool for managers and teachers to use at work to improve the performance of the individuals they supervise. Teachers can provide performance feedback to the individuals in their classroom, and individuals include students and their paraprofessionals. Feedback alone may not be enough to change a person's behavior, but feedback combined with positive incentives and praise can be very effective in motivating and improving a person's performance. Feedback is, by a wide margin, the most prevalent and powerful tool we have when managing or supervising individuals, due primarily to its ease of use, low cost, flexibility, and simplicity. Delivering performance feedback can be complicated, but luckily, scientific research has provided us with 10 best practices to follow when providing feedback. Number 1, specific information. So your information should actually be very focused on the precise behavior you want to change in the classroom. So for example, saying like, hey, I like how you asked that student if they had any more questions after you explained the lesson to them. And that's better and more specific than just saying, hey, good job today.
Give information on a performance the person can control. Before providing feedback, ask yourself, does this person have the knowledge, skill, and control to make this change? It's not effective to provide feedback on a performance they can't control. For example, telling a student, it would be great if you could get to school on time, is ineffective if the student doesn't have control over his or her arrival time. Feedback must be reasonable and specific to the aspects of the individual's own performance that they can improve upon.
Number 3. Immediately deliver the feedback following the performance, if not during. Current research actually suggests that the shorter the time from performance to feedback, the most effective the feedback can be. And daily feedback is the best.
Individualized. It's best to address the performance of the individual directly, as opposed to general feedback delivered to a team or group. For example, telling a student, I've noticed how much effort you're putting into your math. Keep working on those mixed fractions. You're really starting to get it. Versus telling the class of students, I've noticed that many of you are working hard to bring up your grades. Keep working on Lesson 3 math facts. Individualized feedback is most effective.
Number 5, self-monitored when possible. So if you can actually design your feedback delivery system so your students or your aides can track their own performance when they're in the classroom, the feedback they're going to be receiving is actually going to be immediate. Teachers can use self-generated feedback to evaluate the individual's reporting accuracy and their performance progress, and then provide that praise for improvement.
If not self-monitored, delivered by the person in charge. When feedback is coming from the person in a leadership position over the individual, it sends a message that the information is important. Performance feedback should come from the teacher, manager, or supervisor in charge because it's most effective coming from the person responsible for monitoring the overall performance of the individual.
Number 7, focused on improvement. Reprimands or punishment is not the primary goal of feedback. Performance feedback is actually meant to increase the behaviors you want to see in the classroom instead of targeting other behaviors that you would like to see decreased.
Easily understood. If your students or paraprofessionals can't understand what you're saying, they won't be able to implement what you're telling them. Make sure you look at their face for signs of confusion or understanding when delivering feedback, and end the feedback with an opportunity for them to ask questions.
Number 9, graph. When you graph the performance information, you can see the improvements happening right in front of your eyes. This can be very rewarding for students or paraprofessionals and open the opportunity for praise on the improved performance or detection of areas where they still may need a little bit of support.
Feedback is followed by great things. Many students and paraprofessionals have a negative history with feedback. By delivering feedback with positive statements and fun rewards, you can rewrite their history with feedback and make it a great experience for everyone. These have been the 10 best practices to deliver feedback to individuals in your class. Now go out there and be the best teacher you can be.